Hey, friend. I wanted to share a little bit of a deeper look at the 58.18 with you. I had a client the other day, and she has this 58th trait in this undefined root center. And for the first 40 minutes of the session, her conditioned mind was on a rampage. It was, he did this to me, he did that to me, he did this to me, and pointing outwards. And after we got to this point, then all of a sudden things started to change when I showed this to her. And her response started to take over, and the whole session turned. And all of a sudden it was I this, I that, I this, I that. Her outer authority took over. But anyway, that was a beautiful experience. But here's what I want to share with you. So here we have this 58th trait or gate, right? It's all about this joyous, this vitality. How do we move humanity into the future? How does this happen? How can we just, joyously walk into the, beautiful future and live and survive and live a vital life? How do we do that? Well, have you ever seen that in the 58th trait, there's the second line and it's called perversion? All this joyous vitality and we have perversion that's lying there? What's that all about? So she's telling me this story that her husband has had an extramarital affair with a prostitute. I was like, wow, that is so perfect. Well, she almost fell off of her chair. I wasn't disregarding how she was feeling. That's not what I was meaning to do, but it was perfect because she's meant to learn from perverse stress. That's her learning in this life. So let's just take a look quickly at her chart. She is here to lead us into the future. She's an alpha. She's here to lead us into the future. And through every experience, she gets to learn who she is in every single experience. She also gets to know in those experiences who's going to get nurtured, who's not going to get nurtured. She can respond to that. And then through these experiences, okay, well, how do we as a society survive and lead into the future and move into the future? And do this all by love. And do this all by love. Well, she's like, what? So my husband's affair is my fault? No, it's not her fault. She is meant to bring into her life learning about perverse interactions, about perversion. The only way she can learn what kind of corrective action needs to happen so that she can intuitively, assist those in her tribe to move into the future and survive this crazy ass plane that we are on, is by learning through stress and perversion what kind of corrective action needs to happen. Sounds so crazy, but her particular design is built for this. So this is what I'm saying to you guys in these videos, is that there is nothing in your chart, negative, positive, none of it is negative or positive. It is perfectly situated in a symbiotic fashion through your, vessel so that you can be presented this information to learn, and then you can walk through it and use all your strength, all your channels, all your energy, your purpose, your profile, like all of this stuff flows through you. So even though writing across of the vessel of love, right? This is personal destiny. None of this life stuff is to be taken personally. And we get caught up in it, right? Because it feels personal. It's not. So how can she go, she's pissed off and she doesn't want to forgive that lady. So that's okay. However, it's all about compassion for her. She's been taking compassion courses and compassion courses and compassion courses. Writing across of the vessel of love. Of course she is. But it's about being compassionate to the experience. The perversion showed up so that she can learn the corrective behavior. Human trafficking and sex trafficking are, I don't know the exact number, but it's well over $4 trillion in business that exchanges hands. And normally not the person that's being trafficked is not profiting from this in any way, shape, or form. So, again, what else is she learning? Worthiness. So this young lady, she was a younger lady, shows up. This younger lady, obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, most likely doesn't have a self-worth. And she's selling herself, trying to prove who she is, trying to, better herself on the material plane or whatever. I have no idea what the situation is. But that perversion showed up perfectly here so that my client can see what corrective action needs to be taken. She's learning this so that she can absolutely stand on the forefront of this and go, you know what? Here's what I discovered about myself because of this experience. I'm going to totally nurture all of these people that are being, trafficked in this world. And I'm going to go, hey, in order for humanity to be vital and go into the future and survive this crazy ass world, that's got to stop. And then she will guaranteed she's going to be invited in to share this information with people and help her tribe and her fractal, take a risk, tell their story, and move into the future in a healthy way. So this is what I'm saying to you people. Nothing lives on its own. Again, this is like such a brief synopsis of who and what she is. But the experiences in your life show up because of the way you are designed. We are meant to have experiences, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. Don't take it freaking personally, okay? But know your design so that you can go, oh, here's my power. By the end of that session, I reiterated over and over and over, watch how all of a sudden there was a midpoint and her sacral response took over and her physical body changed, her face changed, her hair changed, everything about her changed because she turned it around and said, holy shit, here's my power. And she stood in it. And oh my God, the first 40 minutes I was feeling like, I don't know if I'm going to ever break through this. But all it took was one little piece of a conversation, and all of a sudden her sacral went, totally calmed her down, dropped her into her physical body, and she was right there. That's the power of having someone, a professional, read your chart. You can take all these components. She was so pissed off at so many of these components. because she broke it down and she pulled out those keynotes and she was mad. She was angry and her mind was going like, I am pissed. This isn't me. This isn't who I am. But when you put it all together and you see the complexity and you go, wow, look at the power of that. There's nothing better, people. So thank you very much for your time. If you haven't had a reading from an individual yet, and if you're doing a lot of self-study, I'm not discouraging you from information. Information is beautiful. However, here is the difference between information and having someone synthesize it. That lady's life adjusted in one sacral grunt. One sacral grunt. And you know what? I know the core of who I am and the belief in this system that when you have an experience like that with human design, the power that you hold within your design, I don't give a shit if you are a mental projector, a manifester, a reflector, or, a generator or I don't care what type you are. None of it matters. You carry a ton of power. You were placed here perfectly at this time to absolutely assist humanity in this massive evolution. All right. Enough with the rant. Thank you for watching and letting me share. Thanks.